were house basements dug by hand, or were you guys allowed to use earth moving equipment like a bulldozer? So we were not allowed to own or operate a bulldozer, skid steer, loader, anything like that, tractor, in my community. Now, however, we were allowed to hire people to come in and use that equipment to work on our farm. So when we needed to dig a water line from the house to the barn, my dad had an English neighbor with a backhoe come in and dig the trench for us. You know, another time we had cleared some fence rows out, and there was actually an Amish guy over in Danville. I think his name was Melvin Troyer. He did some excavating work. He was allowed to own and operate a backhoe over in his community. So that was the kind of work he did, was excavating, an Amish guy. And he was old order, just a little bit more modern than my community. But my dad hired him one time to come over, and he came over, had an English guy with a flatbed trailer drop him off, and then he worked, you know, on my dad's farm. And then in the sawmills in my community, they had to have some English person come in and drive the loader and load up the logs every day, or maybe even multiple times a day. I never worked at a sawmill. I like 4 days, but not long enough to figure out how often a loader comes in and out. But there was guys in my community, English guys, that would drive loaders for multiple sawmills. They'd go around different times of the day, and they would load up logs on the rack so that they could roll them in and cut them. God bless you all. Much love.